Hello friends, and welcome back to Arcland Pro. Today, we are going to introduce you to one of the most important and influential architects and theorists of our time. An architect whose voice has shaped the global conversation on architecture and who continues to inspire with both practice and theory. His name is Patrik Schumacher, the man who inherited the legacy of Zaha Hadid, the driving force behind parametricism, and the visionary mind now developing the concept of tectonism, which he describes as the style of the 21st century. So, if you are ready, let's dive into his life, his work, and his ideas that continue to shape the world of architecture. Classical building, early life and education. Patrik Schumacher was born in Germany in 1961. From the very beginning, he was drawn not only to design but also to philosophy and theory. He first studied philosophy and mathematics before turning to architecture, a background that gave him the intellectual depth that later became a defining feature of his writings. He studied architecture at the University of Stuttgart and later continued at the South Bank University in London. His move to London marked the beginning of his long journey at the heart of the global architectural scene. Handshake meeting Zaha Hadid. In the late 1980s, Patrik Schumacher joined Zaha Hadid Architects, ZHA. At that time, Zaha was already a rising star, known for her radical and unbuilt designs, but the practice was still relatively small. Schumacher quickly became Zaha's closest collaborator. Over the years, their partnership grew stronger, with Patrik providing the theoretical, organizational, and computational backbone of the office, while Zaha provided her unmatched artistic vision. This partnership turned ZHA into one of the most innovative and successful architectural practices in the world. Office building role at Zaha Hadid Architects. When Zaha Hadid unexpectedly passed away in 2016, many wondered what would happen to the office. Would the studio survive without its iconic founder? Patrik Schumacher stepped up and took on the role of principal of ZHA. Under his leadership, the office has not only survived but also expanded, continuing to design and deliver large-scale projects around the world, from cultural centers and stadiums to master plans and high-rise towers. He ensured that ZHA remained a global leader in architecture, rooted in computational design, digital innovation, and futuristic vision. Graduation capped the RRDRL, Design Research Lab. Beyond his practice, Schumacher has been deeply committed to academia. In 1996, he co-founded the RR Design Research Lab, DRL, at the Architectural Association in London, together with Brett Steele. The DRL quickly became one of the most influential postgraduate programs in architecture. It trained a whole new generation of architects specializing in computational design, parametric tools, and experimental architecture. For nearly 3 decades, the RRDRL has been a laboratory of architectural innovation, and much of that culture was shaped by Schumacher's leadership. Books. Theoretical contributions. Patrik Schumacher is not only a practicing architect, he is also one of the most prolific theorists of contemporary architecture. The Autopoiesis of Architecture. In 2010 and 2012, he published his 2-volume magnum opus, The Autopoiesis of Architecture. In these books, Schumacher sets out a comprehensive theory of architecture as an autonomous discipline with its own logic, rules, and evolutionary path. This was one of the most ambitious theoretical projects in architecture since the writings of Le Corbusier or Aldo Rossi. Parametricism. Perhaps Schumacher's most famous contribution is the concept of parametricism. He declared it as the new global style of architecture, the successor to modernism and postmodernism. Parametricism is based on computational design, adaptive systems, and algorithmic processes. It allows architecture to move beyond static repetition into fluid, continuous, and highly differentiated forms that respond to complex conditions. Tectonism. More recently, Schumacher has developed the framework of tectonism, which he describes as the style of the 21st century. While parametricism provided the language of fluid form, tectonism emphasizes the articulation of architectural elements as tectonic systems, structures that are expressive, adaptive, and deeply integrated with technology and urban life. building construction-built projects. Under Zaha Hadid and later with Patrik Schumacher's leadership, the office has produced some of the most iconic buildings of the last decades. MAXXI Museum in Rome, Guangzhou Opera House in China, Haydar Aliyev Center in Baku, London Aquatic Center for the 2012 Olympics, and many more projects across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. These buildings are not just monuments but living examples of parametric and tectonic thinking, fluid, adaptive, and technologically advanced. Global impact. Today, Patrik Schumacher is recognized as one of the leading voices in architecture. He lectures worldwide, engages in debates, and continues to publish extensively. His vision is not without controversy. Some embrace his call for a new architectural paradigm, while others critique it. But what cannot be denied is his influence. Schumacher has shaped both the discourse and the practice of architecture for over 3 decades. Pushpin conclusion. This introduction to Patrik Schumacher was brought to you by Arcland Pro. If you want to hear more in-depth explorations of architects and architectural books that are shaping our profession, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out. Memo and let us know in the comments, which architect or which book would you like us to feature in the next video.